Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, even if plenty of folks are still undecided, you might think most MPs will have made their mind up as to how they're going to vote. It's only 2.5 weeks to go, after all, but according to our research, there are still 26 undecided Tory MPs and a handful in Labour. We're going to reduce that number by 1 today, as the Conservative MP, Johnny Mercer, is here to reveal for the first time how he'll vote. And we've got no idea what he's going to say. Johnny Mercer, welcome to the programme. What's your decision?
I think first thing to say is that, like a lot of people, and out on the doors in Plymouth, I've been pretty disappointed by the level of debate that this seems to have sunk to. I mean, even today...
Yeah, what's your decision?
Well, you've got... No, Andrew, I think it's important to get this across. You've got two government ministers
you can do that,
today.
but tell me, is it leave or remain?
You've got two government ministers today saying the Prime Minister is not telling the truth about the economy, and I think, you know, that has upset quite a few people. I think... in terms of this referendum, I think it's pretty clear we should remain. I think we should remain for very clear reasons. I think not a single economic expert has come out and said that this is going to do things for our economy, for our jobs. And if you look at what this government has delivered in places like Plymouth around jobs, the single biggest factor in improving people's life chances, it's done some really good things.
So it's the economic case, you're saying?
It's an economic case. I think it's a very clear security case as well.
Why do the people of Plymouth seem to be convinced by that? There's a recent poll suggesting they were largely for leave.
Yeah, there is a poll that I've been running that has come out and said that. Look, when this debate started, I said that this was an issue, it's not the issue. I think that, you know, it's become clear. I didn't think, really, that we would vote to leave the European Union. I think this is an issue of singular importance to this country. And I would just, you know, I think people have begun to forget that we have to get on with government on June the 24th and deliver a really exciting programme.
Yeah, that may be the case, but do you think that you can win on the economic arguments?
I think with the economic arguments, there's a single clear point here, Andrew, and that is that on the economy, the people that always feel the worst effects of recessions, downturns, shocks, whatever it is going to be, is always the most vulnerable people. It's always those who find life a desperate struggle. My area of Plymouth is still categorised by the EU as in parts as a deprived area. They cannot take that shock. It's okay for others to say we can leave, we can go to this nirvana. But the truth is it's always the same people who get affected by the policies in Westminster.
So why does 74% in your constituency seem
Well,
to
Andrew,
vote
that's from a
leave?
very, very small poll. And the truth is, you know as well as I do, that people,
but
people who want to come out
it's
and
indicative,
vote,
is it not, of the mood? May not be.
It's indicative of the vote, but people will inevitably feel more passionate about leaving because for some people this is their single issue and they've been looking for a reason to come out and say we want to leave the European Union. I think the vast majority of people do not want to leave because what you're doing is you're looking at where we are now. We are on this trajectory. Okay, it's not perfect. It's absolutely not perfect, but we're on this trajectory. And do we throw it all away for a nirvana that nobody can quite lay their hands on? Could the most vulnerable in Plymouth, could the most vulnerable in the United Kingdom who rely on a job, who rely on the NHS, who rely on public service funding, could they withstand that shock? And I couldn't go back to Plymouth and look them in the eye and say, look, I went for this based on something that sounded like a great idea, but I couldn't really go for it. Has it got problems? It's got loads of problems.
So why did it take you so long?
Well, look, thinking about Europe isn't something that I got into politics to think about. I've listened to all the debates. I've spoken to a lot of people on the doors. And look, you know, it'd be naive to suggest that there aren't reasons why people want to leave the European Union. I absolutely understand that. But I think on balance, it's a very clear case that we have to, you know, society is judged by how it looks after its most vulnerable people. We have to remain part of the European Union if we are going to continue to do that as best we can. It's not perfect, but we need to keep going.
Johnny Mercer MP, thank you for coming on, telling us how you're going to vote on June the 23rd.
I've been getting away with it.